Who are you? Erik. Who are you? Erik.
Sit down, Erik.
Erik, please, you got nothing to worry about.
My buddy Erik looks really great.
By the time we find Erik,
윤호래 씨가 직접 해보고 싶으시다는 얘기예요.
Welcome to a new episode of the film itself. La Règle de Jeu, a masterpiece. How the hell did this movie become a masterpiece? Spoilers are inside the movie analysis, people. The director Jean Renoir created another masterpiece called La Grande Illusion and Underworld, and this not so obvious masterpiece in 1939. This movie is about a pilot who falls in love with the wife of another man. When this man calls him to his mansion during the weekend, all hell breaks loose. Jean Renoir made movies long before Orson Welles. But when you look at the style of shooting, well, Jean Renoir isn't that spectacular. But the most inventive frames Orson Welles took from Jean Renoir. So, is Renoir the Orson Welles before Orson Welles? Not exactly. The difference is, Renoir used only one or two innovations inside every of his movies, as opposed to Welles, who put everything he can think of inside one movie. Renoir used a special way of shooting and organizing frames. In fact, he used very long shots that show up to 3 stories that take place simultaneously inside one frame. Not only did this method save time, it completely brought characters to life for the viewer who accepts the engineered world as reality. There lies the genius of Renoir.
Vous le voyez encore, vous? Non, pourtant j'ai de bons yeux. Chère madame. Merci. 2 doigts de l'arbre à boules. 3 pour les vôtres, parce qu'ils sont plus petits. Oh. Allez, pas de passe. J'ai envie de boire, moi aussi.
Comme c'est joli.
Bon, eh ben, passe-le, moi.
Mais non.
Mais je te jure que c'est mon tour.
Non.
Dis donc, ça a l'air bougrement intéressant ce que tu vois là-bas.
Très intéressant.
The movie shows a certain scene, which can be read in some peculiar way. But in reality, it means something completely different. Somewhere in the middle of the movie, Christine is studying a squirrel using small binoculars. However, the real attention takes her husband, who's embracing Genevieve. Thus, she becomes a witness to his adultery. But what she considers the beginning of an affair actually marks the end of Robert's 3-year deception. Also, Shoemaker and Marceau think they will shoot Octave, who wants to get away with their beloved Lisette. But in reality, they shot André, dressed in Octave's coat, which Octave lent to him because it was cold outside. Although each character in the film is lying, they do it so they can hide their true feelings and not to hurt anyone.
Et j'y ai mis des personnages qui sont des personnages extrêmement simples, mais qui tout simplement vont, et très simplement, vont au bout de leurs idées, vont jusqu'au bout du développement de leurs pensées. Ce sont des personnages francs.
Robert cheats on his wife, but can't break up with the lover out of fear it would hurt her. André, in the moment of his glory, is only thinking about Christine and how she hasn't showed up, which he gladly shares with the rest of the world on the radio. In addition, Shoemaker is not ashamed to behave like a child, running around to catch his wife. All characters are not ashamed of their infantile behavior. But when authority appears, they all behave like it's expected of them.
La peinture de cette société, peut-être en déliquescence, nous l'a fait cependant aimer, je l'espère, parce que cette société a au moins un avantage, elle ne porte pas de basque.
Every character inside this movie has some kind of love problem. 1. Robert has a beautiful and faithful wife, but he is cheating on her from the beginning of their marriage, because he just couldn't explain to his mistress how boring she is.
Dites pas que vous m'avez vu. Pourquoi? Il y a Schumacher qui me court après. Qu'est-ce que tu lui as fait? À lui rien, ce serait plutôt à sa femme. Lisette? Oui, on s'est un petit peu fréquenté, il nous a vus, alors il est pas content. Ah, monsieur le marquis, les femmes, elles sont bien gentilles, je les aime bien. Je les aime trop même. Mais c'est à cause des ennuis. À qui le dis-tu? Ça va pas, vous non plus? Pas fort. Dis donc, Marceau, il n'y a pas des moments où tu voudrais être arabe? Oh non, monsieur le marquis, pourquoi faire? À cause du harem? Oui. Les musulmans sont les seuls qui aient fait montre d'un peu de logique. Oui. Dans cette fameuse question des rapports entre les femmes et les hommes. Dans le fond, ils sont bâtis comme nous. Voyons. Il y en a toujours une qui préfère. Oui. Et ne se croit pas obligé à cause de ça de flanquer les autres à la porte et de leur faire de la peine. Voyons. Oh, moi, je ne voudrais faire de peine à personne. Surtout pas aux femmes.
According to his behavior, it can only be concluded that he is emotionally immature. However, in the scene where he proudly presents one of his last pieces in the collection, he is giggling, his eyes twinkle, and the audience sees that he is proud to share his passion with others. 2. Lisette is married to Shoemaker, but acts like she is looking for every opportunity to get away from him. Therefore, Marceau is the perfect man in the perfect time in the perfect place. 3. André met Christine during his preparation for the flight over the Atlantic. She was his support and friend during the most difficult time, but he misunderstood her concern as an act of love. Suddenly, everything comes crashing down when André convinces Christine to run away with him. Her dreams shatter when André decides to talk to Robert because he has to follow the rules. Robert and André act as women are collector's items, precious but replaceable. 4. Christine herself can't decide what she wants, because ever since she found out that Robert is cheating, she wants revenge. She manages in one evening to admit to 4 men that she loves them, which makes it clear she uses the term love very lightly. She wants to please everybody and not hurt them in any way. 5. Octave, Jean Renoir himself, knows Christine for years, so it's not hard to imagine he secretly fell in love with her. But out of loyalty to his friend André, he never told her anything. Only towards the end of the film, he says he loves her and that they should escape together. She shook her head, just as she did 3 times before that evening, but that didn't go well. 6. In the whole story, only one person is sincere, and in her feelings she suffers the worst tragedy. Christine's niece named Jackie. She was in love with André, but when you pay attention, she is always on André's side, often trying to kiss him and always smiling in front of him. She told to André,
Ma petite Jackie, tu es la femme la plus délicieusement maladroite que je connaisse.
Oh, tu crois, André?
J'en suis sûr.
Je voudrais être encore plus maladroite.
Pourquoi faire ma petite
Il
Jackie?
faut que tu m'embrasses plus souvent, cher André.
Facile. Tu sais, Jackie, je t'aime pas.
Oh, je le sais, André. Mais je sais aussi que tu perds ton temps avec ma tante.
Rien de caché.
Oh, n'essaie pas de rire. Tu as du chagrin et moi aussi.
Octave told her the rules of the game. so she won't lose. But that backfired drastically.
Oh, je ne peux plus, je ne peux plus. Allons, du courage, mademoiselle Jackie. Voyons, une jeune fille comme vous, bien élevée, qui a de l'éducation, mais il faut que ça ait du courage. Allez, on te regarde.
The rules of the game is considered a masterpiece, but the audience doesn't know why. It has phenomenal direction, extraordinary concepts. It has a fantastic storyline with the director playing a crucial part in it. I also didn't like this movie at first, but if you give it a chance, you will discover a fortune. So this is the end of the episode. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and you know how the French said, the cookie is crumbling. La grande illusione. Règle du jour. Weekend. And it can be red because ever since oh boy, the rules of the game is the real attention takes her husband he hasn't showed up but he misinterpret misunderstood how the French said la coquille is crumbling. To Italian. Wow, deep. Listen.